Where am I?
Well, folks, I was gonna do a bit, but since Coach refuses to appreciate any of them, he's gonna start this episode.
All right. Well, first of all, I wasn't paying attention that you hit record, so that's great. I don't know. I don't really have any.
Yeah,
funny...
not so easy, is it?
Well, no. I mean, I think we could just start by having a conversation, but
but about what?
Anything, man.
All right.
You can talk about your fucking new job for the.
I work at the box factory.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's
I'm
just
sure...
boxes.
I mean, how big are the boxes? Like
they're like 70 pounds.
Okay.
I gotta throw them on a conveyor belt.
Do with these boxes? You mail them?
Yeah, it's a shipping company.
Wow.
And you put boxes on a conveyor belt, and then they go somewhere. Something happens to them.
So is your job just picking up boxes and put them on a conveyor belt?
Yeah. It's like a paid workout if you think about it.
Yeah, dude, you're going to get shredded.
Yeah, I'm also going to destroy my spinal column and then go to an early grave. Unrelated to the job.
Yeah, I could think of a different reason why that would happen.
Yeah.
Folks. It's Monday.
It is Monday.
Unless you're listening to this the day it comes out and you don't live on the East Coast. Then it might be Sunday, but
Or
you
live in Australia.
Or you just don't listen to it when it comes out at all, and it's whatever day it is.
Still might be Monday.
It could still. I mean, it's 1 out of 7.
1 in 7 chance. I was about to say.
I want to talk about the variability of that.
No,
the uniqueness of what day of the week it is. Okay, cool.
I did think about that a lot in high school, or when someone told me like 1/7 of your life is on Monday, and I was like, you've destroyed my entire sense of the universe.
I mean,
it's just math.
I mean, yeah. To me, that would I'd just be like, okay, like, sure, yeah,
that's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to do anything about it. I was going to say something. Oh, I wanted to discuss a possible future BBC Twitch stream.
Okay. Are we just doing this live?
We're just going to do this live.
Okay.
And if you want to shoot it down, that's fine. So a future concept.
Right.
We go through each of the 8,722 Pokemon. We stream a photo of each of them, and then we categorize them whether they are a dog or a bug. No other options.
I think they're like. I feel like there's better ways of like doing the Pokemon thing, and then
it's not about being elegant. It's like you're at Magikarp. Is a fish more of a dog or a bug? It does have a spine. It's a vertebrate.
It's probably more of a bug. Fish are kind of like bugs.
See? But
anyway, there's 898 Pokemon.
What did I say?
Google 8,000, which honestly you're like just 10 times more than what it would. But otherwise, the numbers were all there. Yeah, they just didn't have the decimal in the right spot, which is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could just rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 how likely a Pokemon is to commit a crime. I feel like that would be more on brand.
I guess that's on brand. Mr. Mime, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he's diddled some kids.
Mr. Mime's, can we talk? Mr. Mime's not a Pokemon. He's just French. He's just a French man.
Unfortunately,
is that a hot take?
they've added a baby Pokemon for him, as well as in the new game in that specific region, he gets an evolution. So that
No.
makes him less of just a guy.
I mean, if you think about it, I was also a baby once. I was born a baby, actually.
Yeah, but he didn't just like hit 18 and then all of a sudden went from a baby to what you look like now. And then when you hit
Mr.
like
Mime.
60, you're not going to turn into a tap dancing man with a cane.
You never know.
I mean, maybe you will. I doubt it with your destroyed spinal column and all.
Yeah. How come in Halloween decorations you never see skeletons with scoliosis? It seems like zombies are picture perfect health except for being dead. That's the other one.
I mean, are they?
I don't know, probably not.
They're all kind of they're shambling so much.
Yeah,
It's kind of
because
hard
they're
to say what
dead.
Right, so it's hard to say if they have scoliosis or not.
Okay, but they could have other ailments.
I mean, can you have ailments if you're dead?
You
I feel
ever
like
see,
that trumps
you ever
everything.
see
Like,
a zombie that's just like balding?
Yeah, because they're dead. They don't have hair because it's fallen out because they're dead. I mean, it's like saying, like, have you not seen a zombie with asthma? Well, no, because asthma is predicated on you being able to breathe, which I assume zombies can't do because they're dead and they're just moving around.
I think zombies breathe.
I
They're always making noises.
You can make noises and not breathe.
I mean, in theory, noise has to pass through your vocal cords, which is in your throat.
Yeah, but you don't have to have lungs.
I guess you don't have to have lungs. Where does it go then?
Well, isn't it just like your throat and then air, your diaphragm is what causes the air to go in and out of everything. And so you could not have lungs, but theoretically still have a diaphragm, and you would be able to make
every zombie.
sounds.
Every zombie has no lungs, but still has a diaphragm.
Look, it's all fake bullshit because zombies aren't real anyway. But I would assume they don't breathe because they're dead, and dead things don't breathe.
That's fair. This is a great segue into my crime, which I didn't want to get into early, but it's a great segue. Albert Terrell, maybe you've heard of him.
Does he have another name?
No.
No. Okay. I mean, because you could have been like, have you heard of this person? It's actually this very common name. Like, this is their very common stage name, but this is their real name. And I'd be like, oh, because I'm an idiot and I don't know things.
So this happened in 1845.
Wow, this is an old throwback Thursday, folks.
Throwback Monday.
Or whatever day
back
of the week.
On a Monday, let me tell you. Albert was being a little rude to his wife, in my opinion, and continually, not me, continually seeing a beautiful young prostitute named Maria.
How great's Maria?
Yeah, right. So Albert, he's seeing Maria a lot.
Oh, wait, hold on. How old is Maria?
Good question. I didn't look into it.
Are we assuming just like legal, not like
legal for 1845? Perhaps.
I don't love that.
It genuinely doesn't say.
Let's just say 18.
She's 18 and a half. Confirmed.
All right.
Yeah.
How great's Maria?
It's not her birthday. She's been 18 for a bit. Yeah, Maria, she's great. So Albert is seeing her quite a bit. And Albert,
as one would.
Maybe one, not this one, but one.
You're like very firmly letting the record show. You're like,
Firmly let the record show.
I don't cheat on my wife, and I don't see prostitutes.
That's correct. Look, Maria, I think that's a girl boss move to be a prostitute.
Famous bad boy crime stance. We love sex workers.
Yeah. And Albert's wife has a family, as you might imagine.
Yeah, which would
parents,
also
siblings, etc.
be Albert's. Right, like on her side, side of
the family.
I was like, I would assume Albert's wife's family would also be Albert's family because they are married.
Yeah, but her side.
Yeah.
So I don't know his wife's name, and her family keeps catching Albert sleeping with Maria.
Albert,
like continually getting caught. And so one fine evening, it's actually the morning, October 27th, right before Halloween, as we just mentioned.
I can't imagine you set up the segue well in advance. I can't possibly fathom that this just all happened to fall into place, I'm sure.
So Maria was found just straight up fucking murdered.
No. Oh no, what happened?
What had happened indeed.
Are you okay?
She's not okay. She is quite dead.
Man, I hope Maria's okay.
Her throat was cut ear to ear, and her bed was set on fire.
Like from the side to side, or like did they go from ear down to the throat, across, and then back up to the ear?
Yeah, down the throat.
Deranged.
Down the throat.
Ew. That's really unnecessary. Just cut the throat. You don't need to do all the way up to the ears.
Yeah, it's too far. I would say even a little bit is too far.
Just do one good stab.
Everyone's like, I'm pretty sure this is Albert, who was upset that he kept getting caught cheating, so he decided to kill the woman and burn all the evidence.
No, it's definitely the wife who was mad at her husband cheating.
Well, we'll find out. See. So he attempted to burn out. This was in a brothel that he attempted to burn down, presumably with.
No, we love sex workers.
We love sex.
The loss of one would be worse than, or it would. The only thing worse than that would be the loss of more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, just to give you all a little context, Maria, born Mary, she changed it a little bit for, I guess, her career path.
Did she kind of pull like an Ariana Grande and tried to like brown it up a little bit? Maria's a little more
Italian, I guess. I don't know.
Some sort of not white. Maria's less white than Mary. I think we can all agree. What kind of not white? Sure. That's open to many interpretations. But...
Okay, so she got married at 16 to a shoemaker. And then together for 3 years. So she's 19 at this point, legal. I'm learning, I'm doing the math. And then Maria's friends were like, let's go to Boston. Let's just have a girls' trip to Boston. She goes to Boston. And then she realizes, you know what? Maybe I don't enjoy being married in Bangor, Maine. So she just moves to Boston forever.
What do you think? What do you think that shoemaker of that time? Well, like if you time travel back with bonus bit, time traveling Doctor Who Joker, and you were wearing Yeezys, like what would the and you're like going up to the shoemaker and be like, "This is the future." What do you think he would say?
Um, I don't think he would be into it.
I don't think he would either.
I think he should be. I think they are the future.
That's where I draw the line in the sand.
Like shoes at the time had zero technology, right?
Do Yeezys have technology?
I mean,
Other than
every
looking
shoe
like
has
weird blobs?
Every shoe has technology now of some sort, like the orthopedic quality of the sole and comfort factor and the laces.
I think you meant just
Not
like gadgets.
No,
like,
but like how every company calls whatever they're doing technology to make it seem better. My bed has pillow technology, and I'm like, doesn't mean anything.
It's a bed.
Yeah. I think that I could win him over if he tried them on, because his shoes are probably just leather. They're just leather with like 8 pieces of leather glued together at the bottom.
Man, what a scam being a shoemaker back then.
Fuck shoemakers, dude.
They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have technology.
They don't know anything.
But now we have too much.
I would agree.
Think about that, folks. And with the reference to bonus bit, Time Traveling Joker, check out our Patreon, Bad Boy Crimes, on Patreon for $1. You can listen to
a single
dollar. You can listen to several bonus episodes, double digits, maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
I'm
gonna look it up.
There's several. There's more than.
There's at least 4.
We do one a week, so that $1 a month. I mean, you're getting 4 extra. You're getting double the Bad Boy Crimes content. Plus other shit. Sometimes we release old stuff.
Yeah, we released two vintage episodes. Cannot get anywhere else from the beginning of the pandemic.
Those are crazy.
Those are wild.
Dark.
Yeah, it's dark. It's weird.
It's bad.
And it's definitely bad. And it's a time capsule. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We just hit double digits. 10th abrasion, folks.
So there you go. I mean, that's so much value for $1. I mean, how much do you get out of $1 these days?
Give us $1. You
can't even get like a cheeseburger at McDonald's for $1 anymore, but you can get 10 episodes of Bad Boy Crimes for $1.
If you're looking at it of like how much we're getting paid per hour, that's over 10 hours of content for $1. Imagine if you were Jeffrey Bezos right now, trying to get the best worker of all time. Imagine you could pay 10 cents an hour.
Yeah.
I did the math.
You did the math. So check out the Patreon and check us out. Leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah.
Love the good old 20 minutes in the episode plug. Not even 20 minutes.
Sometimes it's got to happen.
You just got to get them early so they're like, oh, yeah, I should do that.
People don't make it to the end. Anyway, Albert Terrell. He slices this woman's throat, burns her bed.
Allegedly, right?
Well.
Or now we're saying he just did it.
He did it.
Oh, that's a shame. How did you do that to Maria?
I think you're going to be interested in the conclusion of this case. So he definitely did it. It was him.
Yeah.
But he was found not guilty for arson or murder. And the defense he used was sleepwalking.
That's stupid.
He was like, look, I was sleepwalking, doesn't count. And they're like, you know what?
Sure. How do you sleepwalk over to or like, was he at his house and like?
No, he was
He was at the
He was-
brothel, went
He was
asleep,
at the brothel.
and then he was like, I guess I'm going to murder somebody and leave, and also try and burn the place down.
Yeah. But also interestingly, he was charged with adultery, which was illegal at the time.
I love how it's not illegal.
Should still be illegal.
No, that's a private matter.
Because he was awake during the adultery, but he was asleep during the murder, allegedly.
They should have just said I was asleep the whole time.
I've been in a coma. I don't know.
I slept, fucked, and then slept, murdered her. Actually,
he's a busy sleeper.
I mean,
so
if they're gonna buy the sleep killing, they could probably buy the rest of it.
I guess I don't know. People didn't seem too hung up on fake news at the time.
I don't think it had been invented yet.
Imagine if Joe Biden was like, I pulled us out of Afghanistan, but I was sleepwalking.
Yeah.
You think the news media would acquit him of all crimes?
I mean, yeah, honestly, if Donald Trump said the exact same thing, I mean, he would not get away with it.
Oh, the one final thing that I wanted to mention that I think is very important is the source of this article, which is on the website Murder by Gaslight. So, folks, if you want to look it up, it's on murderbygaslight.com.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. It's what we're all about on this spot. We're all about.
We're always saying it.
Getting gaslit by gatekeeping girl bosses. Which happens.
It does happen. It has happened many times. What do you got going on over there?
I mean, honestly, I don't have a whole lot going on. My friend is currently suffering from one might say a girl boss situation. Not to dig into somebody else's like personal life, but I'll not name any. It's just mildly interesting. But he broke up with his, I guess now ex-girlfriend because like, he just wasn't happy, which is valid. She wasn't happy either. And now like she's going around telling people that like he was cheating on her during the relationship and
Can't
like
be doing that. It's illegal.
Cheating or lying about it.
Should be both, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Lying should also be illegal.
And now she's added on that not only was he cheating, he was also committing sexual assault and sharing nudes without consent. And I'm like, I don't think you would do those things.
Is there sleepwalking involved? Or is this all completely stone sober midday?
I mean, I don't think he did any of this stuff. I think so. It's neither.
All right.
But, believe women. So what do you do? Do I believe a good friend I've known for like 20 years, or do I believe a woman I've never met?
Well,
folks, let us know in the Discord, which you could find on our Twitter, Bad Boy Crimes Pod on Twitter. It's the pinned tweet. Join the Discord. It's fine.
Hop in, say hello, never come back. Just like everybody else in my life.
All right.
I don't know. I have long-term friends, I guess.
Yeah, like a certain famous YouTuber that you can't get on the show.
I haven't really. When I asked, he said he would do it, but I need to give him a day, and then I've never talked to him since. So
it sounds
my
like it's
bad.
your fault.
It's absolutely my fault.
See, I don't have any famous people that I can just dial up that would do this.
Okay.
Like who?
There's some people on Twitter with thousands of followers.
Like who?
I'm not going to say their name.
Is it that one person
Yeah.
that you also follow?
Yeah.
She would not do this.
She might.
She
Have you
wouldn't.
asked?
I mean, I have tweeted at her and said, go on the show, and I've gotten no response.
That's fair.
And she doesn't respond to my Insta DMs anymore, which aren't even, I'm not even like sliding in to be creepy. It's just like, she'll post a story and I'll be like, oh, okay, I also know something about this. Or I'm like, oh, you're being cringe, which someone has to you have to keep people honest. And I have decided that it's my job. And so she doesn't respond to those, which I just don't understand.
Really?
I can't fathom a reason why she wouldn't respond to that.
I guess we'll never know.
She used to
Come
send
on the
me
show, defend yourself.
She used to send me unsolicited nudes. Let the record show that. I didn't fucking get anybody canceled.
We should.
No. Because it wasn't a big deal. I mean, I've gotten more unsolicited nudes from women than I ever have from men. Now, granted, I'm not gay.
Yeah, you're not.
So I'm not really
in the target demographic.
Yeah, but still, letting the record show.
Okay. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I have nothing of interest to talk about right now. I could do my opening bit now.
Go for it. I would love to yes and this ham-fisted, railroaded tweet.
It's a good bit.
I'm sure it isn't.
It's not. I don't even know. It only probably works as an intro.
No, just do it. Just do it right in the middle of the episode. Please.
I don't know.
Because the audience loves it. The audience loves it when you say something and I go, oh my God. They love that.
I don't know that they do.
Literally, the Doug Zone said that they enjoyed that.
All right.
That is like 50% of our listeners.
How great is Matt, folks?
Check out the Doug Zone, guys.
I was on the Doug Zone. They dead named me. Used my wrong name. I'm their most famous guest to date, according to Twitter.
Well, yeah, but you also like follow like all 1,000 of your followers. So
no, that's not true. That's not true at all. I also don't advertise that I do that. Anyway.
Look at the ratio, folks. Make your own decision. Anyway, what's your bit?
Here's a fun alternative to meat. There's a lot of like Beyond Meat and what have you. What's the other one called?
Impossible.
Yeah, Impossible Burger. There's a lot of those, and people are like, it's good, but like it's not exactly beef, right? And I hear you. I get your complaints. So here's my solution. We only get real beef from racist cows. And then you don't need to feel bad.
That doesn't even make sense.
You can't yes and for one sentence.
How do you yes and something that doesn't make sense? I'd be like,
I yes and all of your
I don't do bits.
Sexist garbage.
I don't say.
I know you've never made a punchline a single time on this comedy podcast.
Comedy is a strong.
I'm carrying this fucking team, dude, and you're here, no butting, not even know. You're just knowing. You don't even do a but so I can rebuttal. You don't even be like, but this scenario.
Well, because the way that you do it, we're going to get into this. Fine, we'll get into this. The way you do it is that you're like you either just hit me out of the gate with something that doesn't make any sense. That's not funny. And I just am sitting there and I'm like, all right, anyway, so this is the show. Or you take a conversation and then steer it so hard just to make your joke that also isn't funny. And then I'm like, okay, anyway, back to what we were talking about. And then also let the record show anytime I try and steer a conversation, not even steer a conversation, just genuinely try and have a conversation. You're like, no. We can't talk about any of that stuff. I need to tell a joke that's bad.
All the things that you talk about suck. You're always talking about fucking Genshin Impact and
I don't think I've talked about that on the show at all.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, what other Japanese media properties are you familiar with? Genshin Impact's Chinese. Let's just name a Korea. Well, twice. There we go. There's Korea. Let's go. What Vietnam? Give me a Vietnam media property that I could have a conversation about, but not on this podcast.
The war.
How great was the Vietnam media franchise? The Vietnam War. The Viet Cong, wow, they were up to stuff.
Look, I'm not overly familiar with Asian cultures because I don't make it a point to be, because it's not my demographic. You know,
I don't have a demographic. And that what was I don't. No one here is here for me.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, we weren't talking about anything. We were both silent, and I said, how about I do a nice little fun bit about racist? Fun! It could have been.
Okay, how do you tell the difference between a regular cow and a racist cow? Okay, and then you're going to say, I don't do well with follow-up questions.
Yeah. Look.
What's even the point? I could do that whole conversation by myself.
But you didn't. You shut it down.
Because it's not fun. It's not good. No one likes that.
It's cows are black and white. They're spotted.
There's brown cows. How now, brown cows? It's very it's a famous saying.
There's brown people. Huh? You ever think about that?
Yeah, because I'm more attracted to brown people than white people. I think about it all the time. No, not everybody is.
You know, it could have been fun if you just gave us the reason I don't do well with follow-up questions.
I just did the thing, and you're like,
yeah, that's what it. You're doing it with malice. You're doing it against both of our wills at this point.
Because I'm trying to prove a point. It's not good.
I don't do well with follow-up questions because I never get them. When I get them, I'm like, whoa, someone's interested in what I'm saying? This is unheard of in my life.
I'm the one who is always asking you shit about your life. You very, very rarely ask me about what I'm up to unless there's absolutely nothing to talk about and you don't have any jokes. Let the record show. Folks, go back to the episodes.
Go back. Count how many times I've said, what's the highlight of your past 7, huh? How about that?
That's because we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, which is why I have to come up with bits as a jumping off point.
We just think a year since Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. What do you think about that? What do you think about Ruth Conda forever? How is that changed in a year? What do you think?
I mean, we've gone over the abortion stuff.
She was bad for that.
Yeah, I kind of hate her. I kind of think that she sucks. I
don't have a real strong opinion about her, but I don't like people who are like jacking themselves off about how great she was, because I feel like that's missing some content, you know?
Well, like, the thing is that she was largely a centrist. Like, even in America where it's super right, like, she was just mostly a centrist who believed in abortion. And we've done the Roe v. Wade crime on this podcast.
I think as a podcast, I think we can firmly say abortion is good.
It's good. We should have more of it, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we should have exactly the right amount, I think. Whatever that is. Which would be more than 0.
More than 0. Less than 7 billion, maybe.
No, I mean, because we need to get rid of people. And the only way to have done that is to have aborted all of them. Which mathematically wouldn't have even worked because you have to have kids to have more kids.
Yeah.
Down the line.
I guess total over the course of, say, two centuries.
What's the fewest amount of abortions that we could have to have no people? Adam and Eve.
I don't know.
Boom. However many they had together. How many kids did Adam and Eve have? 2? How many did they have?
Wait. Adam and Eve had 2 kids?
I don't know.
Cain and Abel?
Were they
2 men? Who
were Cain and Abel their kids?
Doesn't that make sense?
Abel I mean, they're biblical figures, but I don't know.
Abel was the first murderer. Did they have any kids?
Well, they had. They were the first people.
Adam, the virgin Adam versus the Chad Abel.
What the fuck is okay? So this is very bizarre. According to the New York Times from 2000. Oh fuck me! I blew through my New York Times articles on the other.
If you send it to me, I'll read
crime. It. Oh fuck! Hold on, I can just read the Google bit, the little chunk. Okay. That's all I needed.
Little chungus.
So the book of Genesis mentions 3 of Adam and Eve's children, which I assume is more. But it's Cain, Abel, and Seth. Little known Seth. I did not know there was a Seth. That's a dumb name. Cain and Abel, those have some gravitas to them. It's like, oh yeah, it's Seth.
That's Seth.
He's really
a comedian and actor.
Yeah.
Can I just say this? Fuck Seth. Look, Adam and Eve, great people. Cain and Abel, little iffy. 50% murderers.
Cain was rough. How great was Abel, though? I mean, Cain was the murderer, right?
I have no idea. I think so, but
I'm not really up on my biblical studies.
Whoever was the murderer.
How about that for a bad boy crime? Cain, you're canceled.
Look, it was the first murder. He didn't know it was possible. He wasn't aware that was an option to happen. So,
well, what do you think happens when you bonk someone on the head really hard with a rock?
Yeah, but if you didn't know death existed, babies still do that shit today.
Yeah, and then babies should be tried as murderers.
I agree. We've talked about this too. When babies steal their parents' gun and they just get a headshot first try, that's always happening in the news. But he didn't know that death existed, so I give him a pass. But R.I.P. to Abel, real one, dude.
And Seth, I mean, what if no one even remembers Seth, which is how much of a loser he is.
What do you do? Take your name out of the Bible.
Or maybe he was like, "Oh, my one brother killed the other brother. I'm going to kind of distance myself from this family." Mom ate the apple. I mean,
Seth probably set Cain up, if we're being honest.
Yeah, Seth's the real mastermind of this.
It's a real frame job.
Okay, so what would the time-traveling Joker have to say about Seth?
I can tell you I would not be allowed to say it. It's a word that did not exist at the time.
Which is why he traveled back all the way to old Seth. He's like, look.
You go back in time to the Garden of Eden.
You tricked your brother into killing your other brother, and then you said the N-word. And you say I don't do bits. Fuck you. But anyway, I got distracted just on Seth. But according to some geneticists, by tracing the DNA patterns found in people throughout the world, they have now identified lineages descended from 10 sons of a genetic Adam and 18 daughters of Eve. Which blows my mind, the fact that that's even real, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's why I was
news.
This is from 2000.
Really? This
Yeah.
sounds made. Now that you say it's from 2000,
It's been
I was alive in
New York
2000.
Times.
I was alive in 2000.
I'll send you the thing.
I don't think anything truthful happened in the year 2000.
People were just so relieved that the world didn't end that they're like, we're going to report anything.
Did you remember New Year's 2000?
No.
I remember it. I was sad.
I didn't really think about the whole 1999 to 2000 thing at all.
I didn't understand it. I heard Y2K a lot. I didn't know what was going on. But I do remember at midnight, my confetti thing was broken and it didn't go off, and I cried.
I don't even think I stayed up. My family like just doesn't do New Year's. Well, didn't, because I don't have a family anymore. But
R.I.P. to your family, dude.
R.I.P. to my family, man. Hey, it's fine being just a lone man with
just being an only child with no parents, just an only child,
just a person, no loved ones. Just I'm here, and that's fine.
You live your life as if you're homeless, but you have a place to live and a job.
Yeah, and I live my life like I have nobody I could ever rely on, which is true and is valid.
You can always rely on me.
Yeah, I can rely on you to force dumb jokes.
Okay, that's people like it. I spend a long time coming up with these bits. What if cows were racist? I think has potential if we fleshed it out a little bit.
Do they make different moves if a different race of person walks by, or are they racist to other cows?
I think they're racist to other cows and people.
How can they? Is it different kinds of race? Like, are they
like
racist from color, or are they racist like literally different? I guess species. Like, are longhorn cattle racist to the non-longhorn ones? Where are we going with this?
Okay, so cows are colorblind, can only see yellow, green, blue, and violet. So
they can't be racist.
They're racist to aliens. How about that?
Because what, the aliens are little green men?
Yeah. They could be violet. They could be
blue.
Is
that why the aliens are abducting the cows? Because the cows are committing hate crimes to the aliens?
It's all coming together.
I'm the one doing the work!
I know. I initiate it with racist cows, and then you come back with quips.
You do a fucking ad lib of you just pull words out of a hat and you jam it together into a Twitter algorithm, and then it spits out some tweet, and then I have to like do the math into making it into a thing.
I also
it's not even funny.
I also googled our cows colorblind. We're working together. We're solving the puzzle of how to make a bit.
It's not a bit.
We're 2 years into a comedy podcast. We're learning how to do bits.
3/4 at the absolute most generous. Yeah. Considering we only did like 12 episodes in the first year. So we're really just like a year into not even, let's round it to
I would say a year. Yeah. But we are learning how to do bits, and neither of us are good at it, clearly.
Well, that's because I don't think people are like here to fucking listen to bits. No one hears to hear Robbie Goodwin puns in the middle of a podcast. If they did that, they'd listen to Loud
I'm not
Boys.
doing Robbie Goodwin puns, okay?
You're doing one
I'm not
thing
saying
removed.
What if Al Gore was a Gore. I'm not doing Al Gored, okay? I'm
okay with that. What would Al? Okay, but what would he sound like?
I can't think of an Al Gore quote or what a Gore sounds like.
Yeah. Okay. So, but this is like
I was a pumpkin. Removed. I was a pumpkin.
An inconvenient
yam. So this is what happens when I'm in charge of finishing the bit.
I wouldn't have done it. Look.
is again
People tune
even a
in
gore.
because I'm insane and because you're chill and we don't have chemistry, and they like this meta podcast sort of larger scope macro bit. I don't think they're tuning in for micro gags.
I think people like the micro gags. I think people enjoy that I put effort in.
I think I'm very entertaining, and I don't need to put effort in because I'm just flawless.
Interesting. And who's the fan favorite?
Do you-
Probably
do you-
Arthur.
we could put a vote.
Let's put a vote.
We'll do a vote.
We'll do a little vote. That's fine. I'm not,
you probably-
I'm not scared.
I mean,
I
you
don't know.
probably would win regardless of if people are being truthful, because I feel like you're more sensitive and people also like you as a person more outside of the podcast, so they would pick you.
I'm not as sensitive as people think. People baby
Well, I mean,
me
you-
a little
you-
bit too much.
You also are like, I'm going into a spiral off of like one sentence that I read today.
Yeah. Well, that happens.
So I think people think you're exactly as sensitive as you are.
Um,
And you
I
just don't like that they clock that.
the thing about that is that I'm always on the verge of a spiral, just unrelated to any singular sentence that will finish that and put me in fully. So, like, I'm just having a regular, normal day. I'm doing normal. And then someone's like,
Okay, so you're not doing good or fine.
no,
You're doing normal.
I'm doing my normal.
Very the statistical normal.
My statistical normal.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Which is not good. But it's a normal day.
It's all relative.
I'm feeling fine relative, but on an absolute scale, I'm not doing good.
Yeah.
And then someone will be like, "Hey, 2 episodes ago, you actually accidentally mispronounced something," and then I'll be like, "Wow, I'm the dumbest person alive, and I should not have a podcast. I can't even speak, and I'm doing a radio speaking medium." And then I go into a spiral. I'm like, "What am I doing? Why do people listen to me? Nobody does listen to me. Maybe
Well,
I
they
should
clearly do listen to you because they clocked
maybe
you saying
I should
something wrong.
Give up. Maybe I should just give up." And then everything's fine.
And then the difference between you and me is that if somebody told me I said something wrong, I just go, lol, okay, and that would be the end of it.
Yeah, well, you don't have mental illness like I do. All right?
I have, let the record
Different.
show.
I said, like me, you have different mental illness for sure. Diagnosable.
What are those
read-
diagnoses? Real quick.
Look. Just read the DSM, and when something applies to you, just do a little check mark and see what happens.
I'm pretty
highlight a
old.
couple passages. Yeah, I was bullied from like age 0 to 30. I'm 29 now, but I'm optimistic about my future.
Well, let's see if we can get it to 31 or 2. That'd be fun.
I could put a hard stop to it. Just let the record show. You can't bully dead people.
Well, I mean, you can. Ruth Conda forever, baby.
Yeah, you're right. I can't put a hard stop to it. But I would put a damper on it. People would feel worse than they already do.
No, I was bullied too, though. Up until
I was bullied by everyone all the time.
yeah,
Um,
same up until like senior year of high school, and then I turned
I
it
didn't
around.
get that. I didn't get that
Well,
turnaround.
well, it's not that I received it; I took it. I made it happen.
Yeah, I didn't have that capability. I feel like I was bullied harder than you. I'm just going to put that on record.
Who knows?
Who knows? We're not going to go through bullying stories, but I feel like I was bullied very hard, and people did not like me.
Were you forcing bits?
No, I do that to be likable now.
Huh? To be likable.
Yeah,
Uh,
because if I'm not forcing bits, I'm a very quiet, soft-spoken person.
Look,
I don't
I'll say this. I'll say this. This is a terrible episode, by the way. This episode
absolutely.
sucks ass.
I think our argument about the bit is fun. I think people will enjoy it at least.
I think it'll make
Look, I
people
spent a lot
wildly
of my
uncomfortable.
childhood. I spent a lot of my childhood being punched. Okay,
Yeah, I spend
and
every
now,
waking moment alone.
yeah, I spent a lot of time alone. But
As back then too.
people would come up to me and attack me. And then in class, if I raised my hand to answer questions, after I said the answer, people would just laugh. Like the entire class would just start laughing at me. It happened multiple times when
That's a
I
good
said the
bit.
right answer. So now I'm just like afraid to speak to people. Um, so it's bad. It's all bad. So now when I do say something and then I get negative feedback, it's a lot of trauma coming back up, which is why I will spiral so quickly. But I spiral every day. It's fine to make me spiral. Go ahead, say something rude. It's fine. Not to you, coach. For the royal you listening, you're allowed to be rude to me.
But I'm not.
No, because I'm on video right now. I'm on audio. This is going out to the public. But like in a general
I can't
sense,
make you cry on mic. Although that would be a pretty good bit.
it would be great.
If I just like walk off frame. Well, you can't see me walk off frame, but I loudly audibly put down my headset, which I'm not wearing. I'm wearing earbuds, but let's pretend that I'm wearing a headset. It makes a nice clunk, and you're just sobbing, and then you hit stop, and then you still upload it without editing that out. That would be very funny.
It would be good. Maybe it'll happen.
That's a bit. That's a good bit.
That's a good bit.
But what I was going to say earlier, though, is that when you were on the Doug Zone, you were making some good, funny, observational comments. One might even call them bits. I'm not going to go that far, but I'll say they were funny comments that got a chuckle out of me, and it came off like natural because you weren't fucking railroading the goddamn conversation. Now, were you just working really hard to make it not seem like you were railroading the conversation, or were you just naturally just saying stuff? I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the distinction is there, and I think that's a little review note that I have for you.
I appreciate it. I'm going to spiral about this, but that's okay. I'm allowed to spiral.
I gave you a compliment. I said you were funny.
Yeah, no, I was doing a bit about what I just said about.
But look, I can't tell if you were actually. I mean, you could actually be spiraling after this, and you're just like, it's a bit wink, and then you're going to kill yourself. I wouldn't know. Not until like Wednesday when we have to do the bonus episode.
Yeah, yeah. Part of that was because I'm not responsible for the conversation on the Doug Zone. I feel more responsible for the conversation on this. You just
gotta fucking take it easy. You just gotta chill.
I start every episode.
Look, I'm not saying. Well, we can just you can just hit record, wait for us to have a conversation, and then edit it, which isn't going to take a whole lot of time to get it to exactly where. That's not editing like we did before. This is like
why don't you edit it? How about that? I'm doing all the.
You're also getting all the money now.
That's
so
true.
Let the record show. And also, you didn't have a job for like the last 4 months. Now you have one now, so that changes things a little bit, and I acknowledge that. But for the last 4 months, you didn't. So
yeah.
And also, you're getting all the money.
I've never complained about it. I just want it on the record that I do all of the behind the scenes work.
Yeah, I'm the personality.
I'm
not saying I am the good one or one that people like. It's very evident that at least 2 people in the Discord at least 3 people in the Discord do not like me. And that's fine because I don't care for them. Let the record show. Now,
I care for all of
which
them.
3 of you I'm talking about? Y'all can figure that out. Though it shouldn't be that hard.
They don't listen.
They don't listen. That is true. None of them listen.
It's crazy how many people we have in the Discord compared to how many listeners we have.
Well, no, what's funny is we have like people in the Discord and then listeners, and then there's like a serious lack of overlap between the two groups. Like you think the Venn diagram would be there's more in that middle bit, but
Roughly,
it's actually the middle sliver is pretty small.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. We got a new patron today. I'm gonna shout him out. We don't normally do that,
I
but
don't think we should do that at all.
I'm not gonna say his name.
Just shout out to the guy
Shout
who,
out to
or girl, or non-binary individual.
Shout out to the human being who hit up the Patreon on Saturday or Friday. I'm not quite sure. You know who you are. You listen. I checked your history. I know who you're following.
That's uncomfortable. I still haven't done my crime yet. I could just say Kane was it.
Could have been Raising Cane's.
Yeah,
is that a restaurant?
It is. It is a fried chicken joint in Texas and other places, but like mostly in that neck of the woods. People go really. It's like the quality of chicken. It texturally is good, but there's no flavor. And I had the Popeyes nuggets. Do you have those in Canada?
I believe we do.
They're bad. They are fucking dog shit. What else happened to me this week?
Related, I saw a billboard for KFC. Not hashtag ad. We hate KFC over here, folks.
I don't hate KFC.
I hate KFC. I never go to KFC, and then like every 4 years I'll go and be like, wow, I haven't had KFC in a long time, and then I'll have it.
And then you're like, oh wow, this is kind of mediocre.
Yeah,
I do that too, but it's like kind of like a nice, once every 4 years sort of treat, even if it's bad. You kind of make a day out of it.
I saw a billboard for them, and they're like, we have like boneless breaded chicken bits, and like now each chicken piece comes in smaller pieces, and it's just like slightly larger popcorn chicken. I'm like, what is this? Who is this for? What are you marketing?
I like popcorn chicken though.
Popcorn chicken's fine. They're just like, what if it was a 1/4 inch bigger?
I mean, I'd get it.
Just get popcorn. It's already on the menu.
Yeah, but sometimes you want it like a little bit less breading to meat, You want that ratio changed. That's all it is. It's all about just changing those ratios for that mouth feel.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's a scam. I think that KFC is running out of ideas. Which is why you shouldn't center your restaurant around a single food.
Taco Bell does.
Taco Bell has different foods, though. It's all one cuisine.
They've been axing a lot of the specialty items,
but they got burritos, they got quesadillas, they got tacos, hard shell, soft shell. They got like KFC is just chicken. You can only get chicken. Or
but chicken comes in a lot of different sizes, like forms.
It's just different shapes.
Yeah, and chicken's versatile. Light and dark meat; those are different.
Yeah.
Spicy, not spicy.
Did you have to specify white meat when you got chicken nuggets as a kid at McDonald's?
No.
We had white and dark meat.
You had dark meat nuggets?
We had dark meat nuggets.
Were those good? I bet those were fucking amazing.
I never had them, actually. I was afraid.
Oh, man, dude. Dark meat fucking slap. Like, dark meat kicks white meat's ass, like, basically every day of the week. Except, I guess, on, like, fried chicken. But I mean, with a nugget, it's not the same thing because it's made into a paste.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah, that was fun. Anyway, that's the episode, unless you want to do your crime.
I'll just save this crime, and we'll say Cain. Cain killing Abel. The original. Well, the second original crime. Because Eve eating that apple. Bad girl crime. So I guess because she's not a boy. Well, but we cover girls in the show. Okay, so yeah, she's the original bad boy. But the kid, Kane, that was murder. That's a real crime. Eating an apple is not a real crime.
Listening to
Unless
a
in the eyes
talking
of God.
snake might be a crime.
Defying God should be a crime. And frankly, it's not enough of one.
I feel like it's weird that we have act of God written into like home insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that either, but that's fucking American, like the culture of the Americas, which I'm trying to include.
Yeah,
you.
that's fair.
Yeah, it's just I fucking hate it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's stupid that like you could have, like you probably would have a female president before an atheist president.
Yeah, like
I mean,
openly.
You should theoretically have them at the same. Like you should have had both of them by now. But I just think
We've had a female prime minister in Canada.
Oh, good for you guys.
Let the record show. She was in
Have
charge for about 4 months.
Have you had an indigenous person as anything?
They're in Parliament for sure,
But they're not like the top guy or girl
No.
or non-binary. When are we going to get a non-binary? When are we going to get a they them? When are we going to get some they them pussy in the White Office? You know what I'm saying?
when are you gonna get some he him pussy in the White Office?
That's a great question, I guess.
When's Buck Angel running for?
I do. Famous non-believer in. I think he doesn't believe in non-binary people.
Yeah, he's
a
like,
true scum. I believe that's the term.
Yeah, he's something. I don't know. He seems bad.
See, I believe in non-binary people. I just disagree with them sometimes.
That's
which is better. I'm better than Buck Angel.
All right.
Something to be said for that.
Let the record show. That's the episode, folks. Join the Patreon. Watch Coach on YouTube. Listen to the Doug Zone. My episode, Coach's episode, Ethan's episode, none of the other ones. They're only good with guests, if you think about it.
We should have Ethan on the podcast again.
Ethan,
but like
Ethan, come back on the podcast. We love you.
We're sorry that Audacity just ate your file. I still feel bad about that. I don't know what, like, it just wouldn't let me open it.
Yeah. That was our producer's fault. Isn't that right, Zach?
Oh, man. I should replay Deadly Premonition.
It's fine. Okay. We're not saying anything anymore. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your week.